Most people are losing money on PrizePicks for the exact same 3 reasons, and all 3 of them are built right into the app. First, they trust the last 5 game log like it's gospel, even though it tells you almost nothing about what's going to actually happen in that game. They find their picks on the PrizePicks featured page, which is basically the sports betting equivalent of copying the kid who never studied in school. And lastly, they build slips on what looks good and not what actually has a chance to hit. And the craziest part, PrizePicks gives you access to all of these features because they know that they aren't going to help you win. They are actually designed to make you feel confident while quietly draining your bankroll. But there's actually a way around all of it, a way that is going to replace that fake confidence of game logs and trends with actual matchup data, real context, and a true predictive insight. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the exact mistakes that are costing sports bettors a ton of money and how tools like Outlier's insights, context filters, game scripting, and positive EV feed can give you the truth about a player's chances. And once you see how different these real numbers are, I guarantee you it's going to change the way you sports bet on a daily basis. And let's start with the biggest landmine on PrizePicks, and that is this last 5 game log. This is the first thing that they're going to show you. It's green everywhere, clean layout, easy to read, and this is even a demon play, meaning that you're going to get more for simply taking this bet, and it's completely useless for predicting the outcome for tonight's game. The last 5 game log isn't showing you who a player is, it's showing you who the player was. It's a completely different matchup. It's different teams, different pace, different roles, maybe even different injuries and minute restrictions that are going to be happening in this game. This information is so surface level, and it's exactly why bettors are making the same mistake over and over. They see, oh, this player has hit 5 in a row, and they think that they found a lock, when all they've really found is a pattern that has nothing to do with anything in this game. And here's exactly how you can fix it instantly. You're going to swap the last 5 for real context, and I'll show you exactly how to do that on Outlier. So as you can see, this is the exact same play that we saw in PrizePicks is for him to go over 6.5. And as you can see, this isn't a typical line. This is a boosted play for us, right? So this is the 4 out of 5 that we saw there on PrizePicks. But what I encourage you to do is to use this game scripting feature where you'll see these little sliders. Once you click into that, you're going to see all of this different stuff. So maybe we want to look at how does he actually perform in away games. Well, we were at 4 out of 5. Now we're at 3 out of 5. Okay, what about days of rest? He's currently coming off of a 1-day rest. Now we're instantly at 2 out of 5. We were at 4 out of 5, went to 3 out of 5. Now we're down to 2 out of 5. See if there's any major injuries. Well, I don't see any major injuries to any starters, so I'm not going to use that filter. Right now, the spread is at 4.5 in favor of the Pistons. So let's say that they won by 5 points. Well, it's still at 2.5, but some of these games happened last season, so I actually want to go look at just the 2025 season. Well, now what you can see is that this is kind of a similar matchup, right? He's went from hitting 80% of the time over his last 5 to now only hitting 33% of the time. I don't feel as confident in this play anymore. So instead of asking how has he done in his last 5, you are now asking the questions that actually matter. How does he perform under these said conditions? And that is the difference between surface level research and actual predictive research. So that's mistake number 1, using the last 5 game log. And the solution is actually quite simple. Stop looking at the random games and start looking at the right context behind those random plays. Next up is the Explore tab, or as I like to call it, the suggestion box. Now here's the issue. Trending doesn't mean sharp, trending doesn't mean data backed, trending doesn't even mean good. It simply means a bunch of people clicked on this, that's it. It's popularity, not probability. When you're on the Explore tab inside of PrizePicks, what you already see, the first thing is the popular picks, where you can see here Cooper Flag already has 80,000 plus plays for this line, going over to that Cade Cunningham play that we had just talked about, on top of popular player packs where you can go ahead and tail all of these and it builds out the slip for you. And then you see all of these where these players have all hit 5 in a row, just crazy stuff. But then lastly, they show you the popular demons and the popular goblins. So they're trying to make betting super easy for you, but that doesn't mean they're actually giving you the edge to beat them. So here's the fix. If you actually want a place to start your research, then I highly recommend looking at the Insights tab. This is going to give you more real information rather than someone saying, hey, I actually kind of like this pick. So as you can see here, this Andrew Wiggins play, it says it's exceeded 3.5 first quarter points in 11 out of his last 14 games. But then you can even see a play like this Klay Thompson where it's saying that he's exceeded 1.5 2-point attempts in 18 out of his last 19 games versus bottom 10 defenses for 2-point attempts allowed. So this is already giving you so much more context than just the popular picks. But let me be clear with this Insights tab. It's not where your research ends, it's actually where your research should begin. The Insights is going to give you the context that are going to point you towards kind of that smart angle that you need to do. But then what I recommend is clicking into this and then actually beginning some of your research. So again, for this first quarter points to go over 3.5, what we have here is full game and first quarter points allowed. So as you can see, this is a pretty neutral matchup, but what I'm recommending is seeing, is there any players that are already out? Well, you can see Norman Powell is out for this game. Well, how has he done when Norman Powell's been out? You can already see in these 2 games, he's cleared this line anytime Norman Powell has been out this season. So again, treat these insights just as a basic information and getting you started, but you need to do a deeper dive. So instead of letting 40,000 people decide who you should be betting for and picking your plays, use the Insights tab as the foundation and then do a deeper dive into all of it with the game scripting that we had talked about prior. And that's mistake number 2, confusing popularity with probability. The fix is simple. Stop scrolling to the Explore tab on PrizePicks and start your slip with real matchup-driven insights on Outlier. And the third mistake? Well, honestly, this is the one that separates the casuals from the people who treat this like an actual strategy. And I broke this down in the previous videos in this series, so make sure to check those out. However, most bettors are going to completely ignore the math behind every single prop. For example, let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is Jabari Smith going over 14.5 points. You can currently take this on PrizePicks as a regular line. However, FanDuel and even DraftKings are offering this at roughly plus money, meaning you would simply get paid more to take this play on FanDuel. So why in the world would you be taking this on PrizePicks? So mathematically, this play isn't even profitable. And again, that's just at minus 119. But if we go look at the other slip types, all of the slip types that we can be making on PrizePicks, these numbers actually vary. So for a 2-pick power, it's the minus 137. 3-pick power is minus 122. That's a 15-cent difference, but this needs to be the average. So if you're taking this play at plus 100, you are already so far behind. Now, the 119 is based off of the most profitable slip types, which is 5-pick flexes and 6-pick flexes, which both have a break-even percentage of that minus 119. And how you can actually start using this to your advantage, just go to Outlier's positive EV feed. You can get there from the left-hand sidebar, and then you'll set up all of these different filters that you're looking for. And really, I'm looking at PrizePicks, but I can also set that to look at underdog as well. But from here, this goes ahead and shows you all of the different picks that you can be taking that have an edge compared to the rest of the market. So on this first book, I can grab this on PrizePicks at minus 119. FanDuel again has this priced at minus 162. They opened up a little while ago at minus 158, and now they're kind of settling in at minus 162. That is a massive edge compared to what we're getting on PrizePicks. So we can actually pair all 5 of these plays up together and put that in a 5-pick flex. We could probably even put it in a 5-pick power, but that minus 119 is based off of a 5 or 6-pick flex. So I highly recommend doing that. Your return on investment is going to be very high. Now, it's important to remember that PrizePicks and underdogs don't set lines to be fair. They actually set lines to protect themselves. There is always a hidden break-even number behind these multipliers, which is what we talked about earlier. And that was that minus 119 number for 5-pick flexes and 6-pick flexes as well. And if your props aren't beating that, then you are going to lose long-term, no matter how smart you think that your bets are. And that's mistake number 3, ignoring the math behind all of these different props. Simple fix, again, is to let Outliers show you where the numbers are wrong and the bet where that math is going to give you an edge every single time. So again, those are the 3 mistakes that are quietly draining your bankroll on PrizePicks. That is trusting the last 5, ignoring that featured tab on PrizePicks, and then ignoring the math behind all of the different props. And the craziest part is that people still don't realize that they're doing it. But Now you do, and that fix is actually quite simple. Use Outlier to replace the noise with actual viable information. Because when you stack context, matchup insight, and math, your slips stop becoming guesses and start becoming decisions. Because don't get me wrong, PrizePicks is fun, but it's even more fun when you actually understand what you're doing. With all of that said, bet smarter, use data, find the edge. That's Outlier. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please drop those down in the comments and I'll be getting back to you as soon as possible. Thank you and good luck betting.